Hi guys, I know it's been a long time and I'm really sorry, but I just really couldn't decide what it is that I wanted to do. So today I'm going to be doing kind of an impromptu winter type look, maybe wear to a party or something like that. This is basically how every morning I put my makeup on. I kind of just decide as I go. So I figured I'd do that today for you guys. The first thing I'm going to do, because I'm going to be wearing a lip product, I'm going to scrub my lips really quickly with my Lush lip scrub. And then I'm also going to apply some lip balm just to kind of get my lips nice and soft before I apply any lip color. I like to do that first so it has time to sink in. So next I'm going to be using my Revlon Colorstay Whipped Foundation. I've been really liking this because you can apply it with your hands, and I find that especially when I'm rushed for time, it's a lot easier than using a brush because it blends a lot quicker. So I just kind of dot it on. And the color I use this in is in Natural Tan. I know I usually use the Colorstay for oily skin in Rich Tan. But this, I found, just so you know, I like both of them equally, but they don't come in the same color range. The names of the colors are different. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is my eyebrows. And lately I've just been applying the Brow Wiz. I haven't been using the powder because my skin, I found a new skincare routine, so my skin hasn't been quite as oily as it used to be. So I'm just going to use my Anastasia Brow Wiz in the color Brunette. And line the bottom. In the top. And then just fill in any sparse areas. I don't think I've ever repurchased the same product more than I have with this eyebrow pencil. I keep going back to it. Well, not even going back to it. Once I found it, I never left it. But it's one of those things that I just can't stop buying because I've never found something that works quite so well. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is apply my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion, and this is in the color Greed. I picked this up actually because it was on a very deep discount at Nordstrom Rack, and I don't typically use this day to day, but because one of the products I'm using is a creamy silicone based eye product, I find that if I use a paint pot underneath it, it just mixes together and doesn't work the way I would like it to. So I'm using this instead to kind of just keep everything in place, because when you have cream or silicone makeup products, you don't need to worry about them not being able to blend as easily. And I typically use the paint pots because they blend powder better than these do. But these hold more color in place. So the other day I purchased this, I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, but it's by Chanel, and it's these beautiful, like, creamy silicone based at least they told me it was silicone based, but it's like a creamy eyeshadow, and you use this. She recommended using your finger, so I'm just going to apply this, and this is in the color Fantasme number 81. I'm just going to apply that all over my lid. It's a really pretty shimmery silver color, and I figured that would be really good for like a Christmas party or something special. I'm not going to take it all the way up to the eyebrow because I think it's a little bit too shimmery and shiny for that, but I am going to put it all over most of the eye and into the crease and just really kind of pack it on to get a good color. This is so, I love working with this. This is only the second time I've actually used this, but I really like the texture. It's really nice and really, I can't call it creamy because it's not. It's more, I don't know how to describe it. I'm going to go with my kind of standby highlight color, which is Ricepaper, and this is by MAC. And I'm going to use just a fluffy, you know what, I'm going to use a different one. I'm just going to use my fluffy large shadow brush and apply that here under my eyelid, or excuse me, under my eyebrow, just to kind of blend that together. Hope this look doesn't turn out terrible. I usually would plan something out or try it out, but this is how I actually do my makeup every day. Just kind of go for it. Alright. So the next thing we need to do is define our crease, because as you can see, it's kind of just white and light, and I prefer to have a little bit more definition in my eyes. Okay, that lighting's much better. I just changed the lighting a little bit, made it a little bit brighter because I don't think you were able to see the colors. So the next thing I'm going to do is apply my crease color, and I'm going to be using Urban Decay's Mushroom because it's kind of that same frosty color, same silvery tone, and I'm just going to be using kind of a dome-shaped crease brush and applying that just to the tip of the brush, tapping off the excess, and then just working that into my crease. If you have a more defined crease, you might not have to do this step. I just don't have a particularly defined one, and if I don't put anything there, it's just kind of like this wall of color. I don't want to do too much to the eyes because we are going to be wearing lipstick. And what's good about using the cream shadow first is that it's easy to blend any powder shadows that you put on top of it. Especially this one because it finishes to such a nice powdery finish. So I think I'm going to add a little bit of a transition color in there so it's not so stark from one to the other. So I'm just going to use this Lorac palette. I have no idea what it's called, but it just has these colors in it here, and I'm going to be using this one here. It's kind of just a silvery color, and I'm going to work that in just to kind of transition from the really light lid color to the middle crease color that's a little more gray, just so it's not so severe, because it's not really the look I'm going for right now. See how that's more blend in on this side? I'm just using a matte 217 brush for this because it puts just the right amount of color. Okay, so then I'm going to go back to Ricepaper and kind of blend it in a little bit more to the colors that I've added just to create that flow. And then I'm going to take a big fluffy brush. This is a MAC 224 brush, and just blend it all together a little bit more. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is curl my eyelashes. I do this right now because I don't like to curl it after my eyeliner because I feel like it it moves my eyeliner around a little bit sometimes, so I like to do it before. We don't need to do too much because I'm going to be applying some fake eyelashes because this is a party look. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to apply is my under eye concealer, and I'm using the Age Rewind by Maybelline. I'm just going to apply that under my eyes. And what's nice about this is any fallout that you may have from your eye makeup will get concealed and covered up. So always, always, always put your under eye concealer on after you put your eye makeup on, because otherwise it'll just stick right to your concealer most likely. So next thing I'm going to apply is eyeliner. I'm going to use my super fat eye marker, and I just picked up another one of these because I'm worried that this is going to run out any day now. I really wish there was some sort of like indicator on all makeup that would tell you when it's getting low. So last thing you want to do is be in the middle of putting your makeup on and have it run out and then not have a backup. So I'm just going to flick this out into a wing. You're going to add a little bit of mascara just so our lashes blend in with the false ones. And for this, I'm just using a sample I have of the Mercier Full Blown Volume Lashes. And this is what I usually use when I'm applying lashes. There's no sense in applying a ton of mascara because it's not going to really show up. So this is a great opportunity, I find, to use these little sample ones that I get all the time when I buy makeup. So just apply a little bit to kind of darken your lashes, especially if you have lighter colored lashes. If you have blonde or really light brown hair, this will help blend in to the lashes, the fake lashes, better. I'm just going to apply that to the top of my lashes and not yet to the bottom lashes, because that can wait until after we apply the false lashes. So let's move back to the face while the lashes dry. I'm going to be applying a new blush I just got, and it's a Wet n Wild in Mellow Wine. And it's just a really nice matte, pretty, kind of, I feel like it's a really wintry color. Just going to apply that with a blush brush. So just kind of dab that on. This blush is super pigmented. That's why I'm using so much of it. It's really not about the blush in this look. So I have to dust a little bit of that off. Much better. And the next thing I'm going to apply is my highlighter, which is, of course, Mary Lou Manizer. Same blush brush. And just dot that up here on the outsides of my cheeks and a little bit blended into the eye makeup. Next thing I'm going to apply is my Revlon Photo Ready bronzer, and it's in Bronzed and Chic. And I'm just going to use a angled bronzer brush and do the fish face. Okay. And now I'm going to apply my finisher, and this is the High Definition Powder by Makeup Forever. I'm just going to use a big fluffy brush and dab that in. This stuff will fly everywhere if you're not careful with it. I don't know where this has been all my life. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is apply the false lashes, which I'm really nervous about. So I can't do it. I can barely do it without knowing I'm on camera. I'm just going to use the Duo Lash Glue, and I buy this in the dark tone because I pretty much always wear eyeliner. And then I have these false lashes, and these I just bought on eBay. I'm just going to apply, I just let it kind of bubble out, and you apply a thin amount to the strip, and then you wait somewhere between 20 and 30 seconds for it to get a little bit tacky, and then you can apply your lashes. Okay, just going to apply them. I've already trimmed them. And unless you have large, really large eyes, you most likely are going to need to trim them. Eyelashes, that is. And now for the other side. This is the part I was so nervous about, was applying the false lashes. Because usually, it's one of those things where practice makes perfect. No one's good at it on the first try. Now I kind of just like to squeeze it to make sure it's as close to my actual natural lash line as possible. I'm going to use the Maybelline Telescopic for my lower lashes so that they kind of match the drama of my top lashes now that they have the falsies on. And let's do a little bit more highlighting around the eyes to really make them glow. Going back to the Chanel and Fantasme. Just going to go into the inner corners and really brighten that up. As you can see, I was turned the wrong way with this camera. Next, let's move on to the lips. So I'm going to be doing a red lip, which if you know me, it's not something I ever do. So I'm going to be using Wet n Wild, and it's in the color Stoplight Red. And then I'm going to top it off with the Infallable Lip Gloss by L'Oreal, and this is in the color Cherry Flash. And that's the finished look. That's it. So this is something definitely that would be good for like a holiday party or a New Year's Eve party or something like that. I wouldn't necessarily wear this day to day. But yeah, that's it. Make sure it's not on your teeth. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked kind of my impromptu holiday look, and definitely look forward to more videos to come. Sorry it's been so long, but definitely subscribe if you want to see more videos, and like this to make me feel good, I guess. And I will see you guys later. Bye-bye. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing